Hello and welcome to some Pokemon Champions. Sorry, a little distracted there with what's... So I have the weirdest fucking issue with my Switch and my Switch docks. I have 3 Switch docks and 3 Switch power adapters. Only one Switch. But this has always been fine because I've got one in the living room, one in my bedroom, and then I usually just bring one into the studio whenever I need to, stream my Switch or something. But I decided recently, hey, I have another dock. I'm just going to permanently keep it in the studio. But for whatever reason, one of these Switch docks will not work in this setup. Like plugged into the monitor here, it will not work. The little green light on the Switch dock just doesn't come on at all. And the other dock that I have, the one that came out of my bedroom, it won't work in the studio with a certain power supply, with the power supply that I use in the bedroom, right? I just brought the whole thing down, plugged it in, and nothing. Like the Switch came on, but the dock itself did not. And it did not come on until I used the power supply from the one in the living room. So it's very weird how like the Switch dock and the power supply, they work just fine when upstairs in my bedroom connected to the television, or in the living room when connected to the television, or at my old house in the living room connected to the television, which is why I had 3 in the first place. But for whatever reason, that combination of them will not work in the studio, except with one very specific combination. It's super weird. I've never seen anything like it. You would think that... I gotta do something about this stupid lock of hair. You would think that if it works, then it works, right? No. It only works in certain situations. So that's fun. So I'm flirting with changes to my team. I don't even know if you saw this team. I don't remember what team I was playing last week. This might be an entirely new team versus what I was playing last week. I don't recall. Arcanine, Simisear. I definitely don't want one of the stupid monkeys. They're terrible. Going into the final day here of Season 3. Well, I guess the final day is actually tomorrow, but it ends tomorrow night, and it is so... I'm so sorry for hitting it, and I do it so often. It is so unbelievably frustrating to play the game and to win 5 matches in a row, and then to come back the next day and see that I am exactly where I was the day before, right? As though I didn't even win any matches. And like 2 losses tanks your rating, man. So I've been experimenting with changes to the team, and what's going on? Including replacing Sinistcha with Aerodactyl. And it seemed to kind of work. I'm not sure if no, what did I do? Excuse me, well, I checked to see what I actually did. I experiment a lot, as you can imagine, trying to find something that works and trying to find something that doesn't work. But let me see here. I replaced Sneasler with Aerodactyl, which makes sense because Sneasler is the one here that is... I tend to take it to all matches, including Trick Room matches, but it's a very fast Pokemon. So it's not very useful to me inside of Trick Room. Aerodactyl, on the other hand, is a Tailwind setter. So it's sort of locked into Tailwind mode, meaning I don't bring it to matches where I plan to set Trick Room. But that makes my Trick Room team Mawile, Slowking, Sinistcha, and Rotom. And that's fine on paper, but Rotom is frail, and Sinistcha doesn't have the power that I need a 4th to have. It does against Swampert. It's great against Swampert, but I'm not always going up against Swampert. Machagacha annihilates Swampert, though. It's really quite nice. So changes need to be made to this team. I'm just not exactly sure what those changes are going to be, because I'm not sure what is actually needed. Here we go, though, with a... This is a perplexing team. Sylveon likes Trick Room. Torkoal, it has to have Trick Room. Esculegion doesn't like Trick Room. Blaziken doesn't like Trick Room. Charizard doesn't like Trick Room. There's a lot of fire on this team, and fire is actually a weakness of my team. As you'll see, both of my Megas here are weak to fire, and that's a bit of a problem. But that means we definitely want Slowking. We have to have Slowking, and... They're probably going to lead Farigiraf and Sylveon, I would guess. I don't really like this. I think Sinistcha is not going to be helpful to me here. Yeah, fire is a real weakness for my team, and that's where my focus needs to be at. I was running a variant that had Samurott at one point, but I was aware of this and had been tinkering with it over the weekend, including a team that ran... Looks like all I kept doing was buffing Slowking. Alright, so these are not the leads I expected. I also did not fix my Slowking's move pool, so that's kind of a problem. That's really not good. That's okay, though. He's going to Mega Evolve, and... We're just going to try... There's no way we one-shot the Farigiraf. And I need to know what they're going to do here. This is not good. I've really got to evaluate this, because I know that I have a weakness to fire types. Like, I know that exists. And Charizard slop is everywhere. It's all over the ladder. I encounter Charizard every other match. And yet my team doesn't have a way to deal with it. I have expected to protect, which is why I didn't double up on it. Interesting. See, my Slowking should have chilly reception, but it doesn't. And that's because I did not make the changes to the team that were needed, because I've been experimenting over the weekend and didn't actually come back to it to explore what was going on. Charizard's Mega Charizard speed is 110, right? I just gotta check that real quick. I gotta check turn order. As much as I can, I mean. 100, even better, because Sneasler is base 120. But did I put speed in my Sneasler? I did. Okay, so Sneasler definitely outspeeds. Oh shit. Fuck. Oh well, at least double protect worked. I wasted way too much time there. Fuck, that was bad. That's okay, Slowking survives this. But that was really, really bad. I had to back out of so many menus to get to where I was trying to look. That really hurt. Hopefully Slowking will get an accuracy drop on Charizard. That would be very helpful. That was not very much damage. Oh, we're in sunlight, so... Right, but that was good. Okay. I mean, that was not good. That was disastrous, but, we can expect he's going to go for Solar Beam again here. And the fact that Farigiraf is using Thunder into Sneasler instead of Psychic suggests that Farigiraf, for whatever reason, does not have Psychic. Like, you got a Sneasler on the field. Why aren't you using Psychic attacks into it? Psychic's going to one-shot. Can we get a Poison? No? Okay, that's fine. Good job, Sneasler. I'm proud of you. Well done. That accuracy drop paying off. That did a lot more than I would have expected. Wow, that was bad. What is Rotom Fire's base speed? Do I have time to look into this? I stacked speed on mine, so that's helpful. Charizard probably outspeeds. It's okay, because we probably survive, right? Yeah, we should survive a second. Okay, good. Even better. Alright. We're recovering, although this was a disastrous turn 1 and turn 2. And for whatever reason, their Farigiraf still has not just used Psychic on Sneasler. But we're not in great shape. Slowing down the Farigiraf doesn't help me at all. Actually, that's really not good, because now Heat Wave is going to KO, but now Rotom will underspeed and go first before the Charizard. However, assuming they didn't put speed, assuming they put speed into their Charizard, but of course they did. Unfortunately, Sneasler's gonna go last here. Charizard should be dead by then, though. And their Farigiraf clearly does not have a Psychic move. Yeah, that's not gonna... It's impressive that it hit through an accuracy drop on top of already just having kind of shitty accuracy. Excuse me. Electro Web, though, is kind of hurting me here because they have Trick Room up. I mean, in the long run, that's kind of good for me, because in the back I have Slowking and Mawile. But what do they have in the back? I effectively won this because they have Thunder on their Farigiraf and not Thunderbolt, and not... Okay, this is a problem. And not Psychic. How many turns of Trick Room are left? It's gonna be a lot. 3. Yeah, that's really bad. I have to get Sneasler out of here because I'm gonna require the Fake Out. But we have to survive 3 turns of this. That should be doable, right? Yes, we can absolutely survive 3 turns of Trick Room, and that's all we need. But we're going to need the Sneasler to take care of the Sylveon. Let me think here, what's best? I mean, definitely not Mawile. There's not even a consideration here. Slowking has to come in. And that's good, because Slowking will survive the eruption. Rotom's gonna die. There's nothing I can do to stop that. I mean, I can use Electro Web, because that helps me after Trick Room ends. Because we're gonna survive to the end of Trick Room. And after that, we should just be able to clean up. Yeah, that was more or less what I expected. Okay, but damn, that was 1 turn too early. That was 1 turn too early. Because now we're gonna lose... Fake Out. Oh, this is not good. That's okay, though. I think it'll be fine. It'll be fine. We lose Fake Out, so we lose the free damage on Torkoal, but it should be okay. Because this ends their Trick Room. Okay. We have a good shot at still winning this. It's not certain, though. Alright, Trick Room ending is very helpful. What do I want to do here? Do I want to go all in on Torkoal? Or do I want to... I think I want to split damage on the off chance that Torkoal protects here. I don't have anything that's good against Torkoal. I mean, Sucker Punch, but this can miss, and I'd really like this to not miss, but we should weaken Eruption enough that we survive, but this can miss. So we have to go for the thing that doesn't miss. All there is to it. We can't afford the miss. Allergies are killing me today. Holy shit. Excuse me. Poison? Can we get a poison? No. Oh, good job. Alright, well that solves at least one problem. Now we just need Mawile to bang the hell out of this thing. Okay, well you had Psychic, but that's okay. Because you're gonna die at the end of this turn, and we're gonna come down to Mawile versus Torkoal outside of Trick Room. Oh, that did not do as much as I needed to do. Mawile's about to die. Fuck. I really needed that to hit a lot harder. Okay. That sucked. But we did learn here that... I can't believe I'm so hoarse. Holy shit, it's annoying. But we did learn here that the fire weakness of my team is a real issue that I need to actually, like, address. And Slowking's move pool is fucked up. Slowking is supposed to have chilly reception, not psychic. Do I want to adjust this? We're not taking very many physical hits, and I feel like having some more points in special would help. Let's leave it alone for now. Just gonna leave it alone for now. But that still doesn't really solve the problem. I don't know why I'm so fucking hoarse. Quit smoking fucking 3 months ago. Is the fire actually useful to me here? Or would I rather have Rotom Wash? Hydro Pump sucks. I hate Hydro Pump. It's got 80% accuracy. Sinistcha is definitely still a weak link here as well. Hisui and Samurott might actually slot in better here. We lose the healing. And we lose the coverage against Swampert. That sucks. We don't want to lose that. Damn, I just wish I had... slightly... I wish I could have one more Pokemon on my team, honestly. Who doesn't, right? You're always one Pokemon short of what you need, and you're always one move slot short of what you need. I don't know. Sinistcha is the weak link here, though, and I know that. But I don't know what else would be useful here. Scovilla could actually solve both of my problems. It would give me the fire coverage that I want, as well as Rage Powder, which is the main point of Sinistcha. It would also give me Will-O-Wisp. Okay, hold on. I think I have an idea here. Hello, Nolan. Hello, Jessica. Thank you, Nolan. I think Scovilla going in for Sinistcha and Rotom here is actually going to... I mean, that frees up more space, right? Because that compresses those rolls into one thing. I lose Electro Web. Which, I don't want to lose Electro Web. Electro Web 2-hit KOs Charizard. And it one-shots Pelipper. I don't want to lose that. I do like the idea, though, of Scoville and going in for Sinistra. Because I continue to burn them. I actually burn them more frequently. I still have Rage Powder. It doesn't help any against my problem with fire types, though. But of course, the grass type is not going to, so I'm looking in the wrong place for that. All right, let's not make any changes right now. All right, well, enjoy, Nolan. I'm just going to do another match because I've got to process this and think it through. There's so many options, and yet you're limited to 6 Pokemon and 4 moves per Pokemon, which sounds like a lot until you sit down and you're like, I need this and this and this, and you don't have enough space for it. Oh, I don't encounter too many Mawa mirrors. Okay. That's fun. Alright, Slowking's definitely looking good here, not gonna lie. But I don't think I really want a mirror match against Mawile. I think I'd rather go the other direction. Yeah, see, Sinistra just doesn't fit here. What's it gonna do? What is Sinistra gonna do against this team? Not much of anything. They're almost certainly gonna lead for Rigorath with... I mean... Their only form of speed control outside of Trick Room is going to be Sand and Sand Rush. So I definitely think it helps me to have weather control here. I'm good, Jessica. How are you doing? I think it will help me to have weather control here because that takes away their speed control. Because they're relying solely on Sand and Sand Rush, or Trick Room. It's unclear, but I think they're going for Sand control here. They could still have Trick Room in the back, but that would be kind of weird. Infernape, I don't know what it's going to be running. Excuse me 1 second while I look up what sort of Pokemon, what sort of moves Infernape usually runs, because I don't think I've ever encountered one. Fire Punch, Drain Punch, Thunder Punch, Sword Stance. Okay. So it's just gonna punch things. That's fine. Not this term, it's not. And we're gonna burn Tyranitar. Okay, so it's pretty weak physically. And burn landed. That's good. That immediately reduces his threat factor. God, that still hurts so much, though. I mean, it's super effective, but damn. Even burned? Oh, it's running Life Orb. Okay, that makes more sense. Alright, now we need to slow them down. I would imagine he's going to swap out, right? If he swaps out to... yeah, he's going to swap out to the Houndoom or Houndstone or whatever it's called. Because he's going to expect me to close combat into that slot because that's like the obvious thing to do. Okay. Let's swap out next turn then. That's fine. And by pivoting out to a ghost type, then... wow, that hurt a lot more than I would have expected. So Sneasler dies to Sand here. But that's okay. Damn, this is not good. I think it'll be okay, though. Yeah, because they're not in good shape. And we're throwing in Sinistcha here. Just to get a heal on Rotom, really. So Tyranitar is still working at full speed. But I don't think it has much that can really threaten. It's still at full speed, I said? Right, yeah. One more Rock Slide finishes off. Okay, I have a better idea. So we're going to weaken it. And then we're going to attempt the Electro Web. Right, good job, Sinistcha. That doesn't do any damage, but it weakens it, which is extremely helpful. So now he really feels the pressure to swap out that Tyranitar. Like, he's running Life Orb on it. He did more damage to himself there with Life Orb than he did to me. Should be Houndoom coming in here. To use like Shadow Sneak or Poltergeist or something on my Sinistcha. Yeah, Houndstone. I said Houndoom, I meant Houndstone. That's fine. Is it fine? That's a physical attacker, right? I gotta look that up real quick, sorry. I don't know as much about the game as I should. Physical, definitely a physical attacker. And running Sand Rush, it's gonna... that's fine. Do I want to burn it, or do I want to slow them down? I think I'm gonna burn it. I think that's probably the wrong choice. Alright, but this is good news. Because Electros is really kind of no help to him here, right? Yeah, it's just slow. Ah, come on. Oh, Tom, really? The Houndstone outspeeds Sinistcha, right? 68, and I think Sinistcha is just flat 60. Oh, Sinistcha is 70. But did he put points in his speed? Because I don't think I did. I definitely did not. Alright, let's just hope you survive, because we can't really do much else. And let's try to slow them down, because we really kind of have to. Oh, I didn't account for Mega Electros. I don't know how that changes things. Not by a whole lot. Right, Sinistcha should live. Yep, perfect. Rotom should slow them down, which is going to be really helpful. So what's that? Hold on. I gotta do some calculating here. So Sand Rush puts its speed... Sand is going to end this turn anyway. Right? Pretty sure Sand ends this turn. Alright, so this should be totally fine. This should be good. We should be able to close this out. But we're going to Rage Powder in case the Houndstone has something like Shadow Sneak or I don't know, some other priority move. Oh, but he's going to throw Tyranitar back out, and that's going to be really, really annoying. Because that's going to bring speed back. I mean, it's going to bring sand back. It should be fine, though, right? Did he double protect? No. That did not KO. Alright, this is a problem. Wow. What is that? I thought you had levitate. What the hell was that? Oh, dude, I didn't look closely enough, and I thought it just had levitate. That's much better than I thought it was. And it's also a huge problem because now Tyranitar is going to come in and take away my guaranteed ability to hit with Blizzard, and this might be bad. This might be very bad. Especially since the Houndstone is now going to outspeed. Yeah, this is a loss. I can't win this. There's no point in wasting further time. Okay, that was disastrous. That was disastrous. A lot of that was a knowledge error, though, where I did not account for what Electros could do. And bringing Sinistra... Like, Sinistra's gotta go. Rotom didn't really do much for me. I mean, it set up a burn, and it slowed them down a little bit, but that was really it. That was just a bad match for Rotom. You know, it was a sand team. What the hell is Rotom? What is Rotom Heat going to do against a sand team? But Rotom Heat is what I've got. Slowking would have actually been a smarter bring. Slowking would have been a much smarter bring, because then I could have just used Trick Room and inverted their speed and turned it against them. But I didn't bring Slowking. Sinistra's the one that's got to go here. I wish I could copy the entire team and paste it and then make changes to it that way. But it won't let me do that. I think I'm going to put Scovillain in. But not with that move pool. It doesn't really need to have... I mean, actually, I kind of like the move pool as I'm looking at it, but we want Will-O-Wisp. Why do I have these stats? Moody can be super helpful. It can also bite me in the ass. So that's fun. What is Scovillain actually weak to? Like poison, obviously. Poison, flying, and rock. Ugh, rock is a problem. There's so much rock out there, and it's kind of on the slow side, right? Well, 75. Not awful, but fairly slow. But I mean, we got... Okay, we'll survive a rock slide. No one's using a citrus berry. Although I honestly think the move that... the berry that decreases damage caused by a super effective rock type move may actually be a better choice here. But let's run citrus for now and see how that goes. That doesn't solve my problem with Charizard, though. This is why I've been experimenting with the team over the last weekend, and I didn't come up with anything definitive. I kept getting distracted and making entirely new teams, none of which were viable. Okay. So they're on the slower side of things, right? I don't know about Torterra speed. Yeah, they're all kind of slow. Except maybe the red dinosaur thing. I don't remember what it does. And Feraligatr? Also middling speed. They have a lot of middling speed. I think here I do want Rotom, Sneasler. Mega Feraligatr is going to be kind of a pain in the ass because Frostlass is my Dragon answer. But Frostlass is useless here. What about this? I think this is what I want. Does Skeletors learn Trick Room? Let me look that up real quick. I don't think so, but I don't see anything else that on their team that could use Trick Room. No. Okay, so they don't have Trick Room. Ah, Crocodile, that's what it's called. I don't know much about it. Ground and Dark. Okay. Does it learn Fake Out? The answer is almost no. Okay. So they got no Fake Out, and they got two things here that are weak to Muddy Water. So I'm going to assume he's going to go for Shadow Ball or something at a Slow King, which should be totally fine. Torch Song is a threat. I've used it in the past and it adds up quickly, but yeah, Shadow Ball. Slow King lives this. We get Trick Room up, and the next turn is going to look a lot better. Oh, that's not good. Oh, that wasn't good. But we can bait out the next Shadow Ball, right? I'm just trying to bait out a wasted Shadow Ball here and get Slow King some recovery since it has Regenerator. Shadow Ball should not do very much to Mawile. Holy shit! Okay, I stand corrected. Oh, wow, that was a problem. Ah, shit, dude. Alright, I have an idea though. My idea is to get Sneasler in here to fake out the Crocodile while Mawile Sucker Punches and KOs the Skeledirge. But I did not expect that to fucking almost completely clean up. Yeah, this Skeledirge, I should have prioritized taking it out, and I did not. That's okay, it should go down this turn, unless they're smart enough to... I mean, if they protect or something, then it does no good. But I don't think they'll protect. I think they'll go for the death. They'll go for the kill. Okay, that's fine. Sinistcha, that's still fine. It's annoying, but it's fine. As long as he goes for an attack. This is awful. I am not this bad at the game, but this... I'm playing badly, I can tell you that. Oh, Mawile, really? Holy shit. Okay, two major errors there. The first was that I did not take the Skeledirge seriously. I assumed I had time to deal with it, and I did not. They led the best leads into what I had out there. I did not expect Skeledirge's Shadow Ball to just knock Mawile down to 32 health. I certainly did not expect that. So underestimating Skeledirge and... Oh, that's two ways of saying the same thing. I underestimated Skeledirge. Okay, that's a knowledge issue. That's fixable. That was bad, though. That was really bad. I'm 0-3 today. This is not great. And it's a Charizard slop team. I think they're going to lead Sylveon and Whimsicott. Or Whimsicott and King Gambit. Yeah, see, I still don't have a good answer for Charizard. And that's really a problem. Sneasler or Scovillain? I think Sneasler. Yeah, I don't... There's something wrong with my team here. There's something wrong. I mean, there's a lot of things wrong with it. Don't get... This is the problem because I build my own teams, and I'm not really good enough to be doing that. But I do it anyway. I think they're gonna taunt the Slowking. But they may go for Encore instead, which would be better. Energy Ball. Okay. That was unexpected. And of course I got the special defense drop. I mean, that was kind of good. It was an okay turn, I guess. I really want to get Mawile in there, but if he uses, like, Tomping Stantrum or something into that slot, then Sneasler is just dead. But he shouldn't use Stomping Tantrum into Slowking. They should hit it with another Energy Ball. And protect it anyway. So I could have kept Slowking out there. That's fine. Doesn't matter. That's irritating. He's probably gonna switch out, I would imagine. Switch out to Charizard, right? Yeah. But that's okay, because we're kind of planning, we're anticipating that. That's why we're bringing Rotom back in to start hitting him with Electro Web. Yeah, in comes Charizard. That's why Rotom is coming back in, though, in order to spam Electro Web. Right? Rotom... Charizard is faster than Rotom, right? Yeah, significantly. And that still hurt a lot. Well done. Well done, Mawile. So Charizard should go down here. He's going to create Sun, but that's manageable. Interesting. Okay, not a problem. Show me the Mega... Oh, he didn't Mega Evolve. He protected. Okay. Curious. Last turn of Trick Room. That's okay. Is that okay? I mean, it's gonna have to be okay. Okay. I know Electro Web isn't going to do anything against the Garchomp, but it protected anyway. Really strange moves going on here. Yeah, that was decent damage, but because of Life Orb, it hurts me every bit as much as it does the Whimsicott. So now their goal should be to stop Trick Room, but I don't believe that they can. I'm going to burn the Garchomp just to make it less of a threat. And we're going to set Trick Room. And they're probably, on the next turn, going to swap out something from... Jesus Christ, that hurts so much. Maybe I should give Rotom the berry that decreases rock damage once. That's actually not a horrible idea. Because Rock Slide is very, very common in the format. Yeah, we've done this dance already, dude. It didn't work the first time. Why would it change anything now? God, Slowking is taking a fucking beating, though. So what's he gonna do here? What does he have? I'm gonna go for this, and... we need to protect you, because I think Charizard is going to come back in, and if it does, we need to take the sun away. And Charizard still didn't come back in. That's okay, Whimsicott dies here. I mean, Rotom does too, but that's okay. Because now he's going to throw in Charizard. Right? Surely he would play Charizard. Either he plays Charizard or we find out what his last mon is. Either of those is a good thing. But I'm hoping to see Charizard. Basculegion. Ah, that's not great. What is Basculegion's base speed? 100? $78. And what is Rotom? 86. Okay, he's gonna outspeed. But he's gonna use Last Respects on Slowking. Oh, this is bad. That gives me a little bit more time to decide what I want to bring in. Okay, Protect is good. Protect is very good. I gotta sacrifice Sneasler here, because something is about to take a Last Respect. And I need it to be Sneasler. Oh, it took a wave crash. Oh, that's not good. I mean, it doesn't matter. Sneasler was gonna die. Oh, that did not do nearly as much as we needed it to do. And now Rotom's dead. Fuck! Yeah, this is gonna be my last match for today because I'm not playing well and I've got to make these structural adjustments to this team that is clearly needed. I think I see a way out here, though. I don't know. I don't want to say it's lost yet. It's not looking good, but I don't think it's lost yet. Good job, Mawile. Okay. Now he's got to throw Charizard in, and we can get the chilly reception off. So this might be doable. This might be doable. Of course it was a critical hit. Why wouldn't it have been a critical hit? I think he's going to double protect, though, to stall out the last turn of Trick Room, right? That would be the obvious play. But he also knows that I have Sucker Punch, so stalling out the last turn of Trick Room doesn't help a whole lot. I said, what do I need to do here? Oh, he doesn't have Drought. Did he Mega Evolve something already? I don't... Okay. Now he's gonna protect. But now my Chilly Reception goes last. I should have Chilly Receptioned. Fuck. Fuck. Would it have made a whole lot of a difference? I don't know. I don't think so. He's gonna double protect. He did not double protect, but Slowking, we really need you to not miss this. Good job. Good job, Slowking. Nolan, not great. We've lost 3 matches in a row. We're looking good on this one, but it's definitely not certain. It's going to depend on how much damage Mawile does with Sucker Punch. But I'm going to also try to get Trick Room up, because I don't have much other choice. And if Mawile doesn't KO Charizard with Sucker Punch, then there's a good chance that Slowking manages to on the next turn. Okay, but no. Like, overall, throughout my life, probably like 10 years, but it was on a different channel in the past. And this is a newer channel that I've made that I'm just sort of... I wasn't even streaming until YouTube until recently, I don't think. I didn't really want to click continue battling. It's fine. I gotta stop pressing buttons. I don't like... I don't like Scoville in here. I just don't. I like the idea, but I don't think it's what I'm looking for. I do know that what I'm looking for needs to be a grass type. Or it needs to have really good grass coverage. Like Energy Ball. And a lot of things learn Energy Ball. Let me see what my options are. Here, I'm sure I can figure out a way to make this work. Excellent. Good enough. I want to advanced search, yeah. I need to find what learns a certain move. And I want Energy Ball as the move, but it's not going to let me do that, is it? Yeah. No, that's no good. I like Vicun, but it doesn't include Gen 9. But it does let me look up by move, so we're going to try that. Obama Snow. I love Obama Snow, I do, but it doesn't help my problem against Charizards at all. I don't think Bayleaf is what I'm looking for. I don't really want a pure grass type. I try to avoid pure types as much as I can because you just get more coverage out of a dual type. Floette tempts me, I'm not going to lie, because I mostly play Pokemon Champions these days, Nolan. However, I do speedrun Bloodstained Ritual of the Night, which is a Metroidvania, and I'm actually really good at that. Not to brag or anything, I'm currently the 3rd place holder, I believe. Unless it's changed, I haven't checked in a while, yeah. So I'm currently sitting on the 3rd place run for that, but I haven't run it in a while because I was on a fantastic run. I was going to get a 2nd place run, but I fucked up and I lost against a boss that I should never lose against. Like, this boss is easy, I know its patterns, but I did lose. I died, and I blew a 2nd place run, and I went back to it after about a month. And I played some more, but I couldn't do it anymore. Not after missing out on a 2nd place run because I failed to close it out. I will eventually get back to it because it's something that I really enjoy doing. I love Bloodstained Ritual of the Night, and I'm so anxious for Bloodstained The Scarlet Engagement to come out this year, as well as the next Castlevania should be coming out this year. Eagerly looking forward to both of those. And hey, hold on. When does Power World 1.0 drop? That's like this week, isn't it? Yeah, it's Friday. Sweet. Looking forward to that as well. But I really want an update on the Scarlet Engagement, which is Bloodstained 2. And I'm going to get back to speedrunning it at some point. And I'm doing a level 1 hard mode run of Order of Ecclesia, Castlevania Order of Ecclesia. But that's kind of off and on. I've never actually played World of Tanks. I do have Satisfactory. I've never actually played it. I was dating this person once who was super into Satisfactory, and it was all they ever talked about. And I ended up getting it basically to shut them up about it, but I never actually played it. They just kept going on and on about how the tutorial hacks your brain and blah, blah, blah. I was like, yeah, that's what tutorials are supposed to do. They talked it up so much that I just could not possibly have been interested in it. Primarina. Hold on. Primarina gives me Energy Ball, and it solves my problem with Charizard slop. I think we might have an answer here. In OBS, the scene that I'm actually using right now is actually called Bloodstained because of how everything is set up. It's running through my capture card, and so does Bloodstained because I stream it from my gaming PC, because like when you're speedrunning a game, you can't have any sort of latency or any sorts of frame rate issues. And my gaming PC is not in my studio, so I just run a 200-foot, I think it's a 100-foot HDMI cable, as well as a 100-foot USB cable from my gaming PC into my studio so that I can use a capture card to play the game. And because of that, this scene that uses the capture card is just called Bloodstained. So I think we're going to run Primarina here. I think Primarina actually... what the hell am I doing? I think Primarina actually solves the problems that I'm facing. At least to some extent. What does Sparkling Aria do? I don't want to cure targets of their burns. I'm the one who burned them. First things first, we need Protect. Moonblast, I'm definitely going to want to keep that. I know we want Energy Ball, that's kind of the point. Is there any reason not to run Hyper Voice? What else do we have, though? It affects normal types, right? And it does not give them... It's not like Pixelate, where they get a damage boost. It just affects the typing. So that's not as big a deal as... And it's sound-based. It's sound-based, not normal type moves, right? Yes. So that's pretty much just going to be Hyper Voice, though. And Uproar, I guess. Can I filter these out to... Yes. Just want to see what the options are here. Sparkling Noise, Psychic Noise, Alluring Voice. That could be really fun against Staraptor, but Moonblast will KO Staraptor, so that doesn't matter. Yeah, I don't see Liquid Voice as actually being helpful to me here. Not that Torrent is going to be helpful either. What about Mega? What is this thing's called? Primarina? What about Mega Primarina? It's not even listed in here. Is there no Mega Primarina? I guess there's not. I don't know what else I want here. I mean, we need a water type move because that's kind of the point. But if we go here, we can just take Hyper Voice. And I don't see any reason to go with anything else over Hyper Voice. Do you? Yeah, I don't see any... Hyper Voice is the only reasonable answer here. So we're rocking Special Defense here. I don't know how I feel about that. Let's see what other people are running. Special Defense as well. Oh, pretty much exactly the same that we're running, huh? I meant Special Attack. And at these speeds, I do like it because Primarina can work in both Trick Room and outside of Trick Room. Most people are running Modest. Quiet is interesting because that does give me better control in Trick Room. I think I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. I'm going to use a training ticket. Alright, so this is a curveball I did not expect. Primarina joins the fight and is weak to what exactly? Poison, definitely. Grass. Got a lot of weaknesses as I'm thinking about it. Well, no, poison, grass, and electric. We're going to start with the Citrus Berry. Citrus Berry is definitely not optimal here, but we're going to start with that. I feel better about this, but we did lose Rage Powder. Shit. I forgot about that. I wanted to keep Rage Powder. I definitely wanted to keep Rage Powder. Maybe Primarina learns something like Follow Me? That's not helpful, though. What are we looking at here? What the hell is this? It's definitely a Trick Room team, because Mawile eats these guys. Mawile is good against almost everything on their team. Mawile is good against everything on their team. But they're gonna try hard to stop Trick Room. Unfortunately, they don't have Farigiraf, so they can't do much to stop it. Now, do we want Rotom or Primarina here? And do we actually want Sneasler? Yeah, I think we do. I think Rotom is better here than Primarina. Now, Primarina gives me another fairy type. But it's weak to Sneasler. And Kingambit. And Rotom is going to help us with Kingambit. Okay, yeah. We're going to go Rotom here over Primarina. I want to bring Primarina because I just added her to the team, so I'm really anxious to try her out, but I don't think that's the move I want. Good play. Oh man, I threw this one right off the bat, didn't I? Shit. I threw this match from turn 1. Turn 1. Done. I might do some Bloodstained speedrunning after this, or play some Order of Ecclesia, because this is not going. This is... They knew what I was going to lead with, and they countered it perfectly. Good for them. They played well. That was smart. It was very smart. I'd never expected a Bascu Legion Frostlass lead, I can tell you that. They should both Shadow Ball into the Mawile, or into the Slowking here. Or Shadow Ball and Last Respects, whatever. Dude, you mean to tell me I could have had Trick Room? I could have had Trick Room. Oh, okay. Yeah, that was disastrous. Okay, that's fine though. That's fine. I could have had Trick Room. I overthought the position, and I don't want to say I gave them more credit because than they deserve, because like they won cleanly, right? There was no recovering from what I just did. But I did overthink the position. Their obvious moves there were to double up into Slowking. And I expected that, and that was not what they did. At all. So I went for a bad switch, and immediately, just fucking immediately, lost my Mega. And like, that was bad. It was just bad. Bad play for me from beginning to end. I'm not playing well today in general, though, I've noticed, so... I gotta move this? Why? You should be in the right spot already. One moment. We'll be right back. Wow, that actually turned out to be a bigger pain in the ass than I expected it to be. Mostly because, like, I haven't done this in a few months, so it wasn't really as plug and play as it was, you know, months ago. I still gotta adjust something real quick. We'll be right back. This won't take long. What the fuck? Okay, I don't know why any of that was happening. I also don't care. I just need to get back to my collections now. Alright, should be all set here. No, we are not. My controller was still set up as though it was a Switch, so that was definitely going to cause issues. Should have the frame rate in the top left. If not, I'm going to have to adjust that, and we don't, so that's fun. We'll be right back again. Holy shit, what a fiasco. Alright though, we are ready to go. I have not done this in forever, so this is going to be rusty. It's literally been months since I've done this. That was not as awful as I would have expected it to be, but it was also not good. It was a little sloppy. A little on the slow side. That was definitely bad. This little maneuver here is really tricky. But handled it decently. A lot of this was just like muscle memory after a while because I had done it just thousands and thousands of times. Shit. That was awful. You can tell I have not done this in months. So Bloodstained Ritual of the Night requires that the frame rate be displayed in the top left or somewhere on the screen at all times because it does strange things at higher frame rates. Unreal Engine games often do. Things don't behave the way that they're supposed to behave at uncapped frame rates. My cursor got all kinds of fucked up just then. Oh my god. Awful. Once you get off with your movements there, oh my god. Is my down button just not fucking working? I mean, it clearly is. But once you get off with your little automatic muscle memory movements there, you're done. It's so hard to get back on track. We are a full 2 seconds behind where we were a second ago on the previous run. My movement is definitely stilted. Like just tiny little hesitations before I change directions, things like that. Things that go away after you've been running a game thousands of times, but after you take 3 or 4 months from doing it, yeah. You gotta knock the rust off. We were actually going to the Bloodstained community is what I mean by we were going to do a randomizer race once we got 8 participants, but we never got to 8. I'm number 7. I'm hoping that someone else signs up at some point, but I don't think it's going to happen now. Shit. Because, like, people who first signed up did so years ago. Now, the reason I'm resetting there is because I have 2 opportunities there to get cotton out of one of those chests. And I require cotton in order to... What the fuck just happened? Why did this happen again? What the hell is going on? Like my foot hit something. But there's nothing that my foot should hit. What the fuck? What is happening? There is nothing that my foot should ever hit that would make the video drop out. That's crazy. What the hell is going on? I swear to God, if the dog is up there chewing on the fucking cable, I'm gonna kill her. I don't know what's going on, and it's frustrating me. And I'm gonna throw in the towel here on the stream. I don't know why I don't have video. I did. Everything was fine, and then suddenly I have no video whatsoever. I think I don't know. Anyway, thank you for watching. This was a disaster. I hope your day is